Hello everyone, my name is Rob, welcome to Kinetic Rugby League. In this video we're going to be discussing the Lebanon Rugby League World Cup squad that has recently been announced. Let's take a look. The Lebanon squad is as follows: Jalal Bazaz, Adam Dewey, Taufik El Haj, Hannah El Nahar, Eli El Zachem, Robin Hachachi, Kane Halachi, Andrew Kazi, Jacob Kiraz, Anthony Leyoun, Bilal Marbani, Josh Mansor, Josh Murray, Tony Maroon, Abbas Miski, Brandon Morkos, Mitchell Moses, Khalil Rame, Jackson Rame, Khalid Rajab, Reece Robinson, James Romanos, Mikey Tanus, and Charbel Tassapale. So there are about 4 players in this squad that I'm at least aware of when it comes to the NRL. Unfortunately, 20 of them I just don't know. So I will leave it up to people in the comments to educate me on some of these players that I'm unaware of that may be playing in the New South Wales Cup or the Queensland Cup. Feel free to educate me in any which way. But the purpose is to talk about what I know about, and these 4 players are the ones that I'm at least aware of, and who I feel will give Lebanon the best chance of at least getting out the group stage at this tournament. So the first one to talk about is Josh Mansor. I don't believe he gets regular minutes at the Rabbitohs. He's not a usual starter. In his career, however, he has had 174 appearances for 86 tries. That's on average about 2 tries a game, 2.02 if you want to be specific. This season he's had 5 appearances for 2 tries. So, this season, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. But in terms of his career, he's a smart player, plenty of experience, 32 years old, he knows what he's doing. He's a focal point in this attack. So whatever side he's on, you attack that side. I don't think his lack of game time this season is going to be much of an issue, because he's so experienced, because he's been around a while. He knows how to prepare. He knows what he's doing. No problems there. The second player I want to talk about is Jacob Kiraz. Now, I know he's played as a winger for all of his games this season for the Bulldogs, but the impression I got from him, especially when he carried the ball out from the back, was that he could play fullback. I think he's got the pace, he's got the step. I think he definitely developed some intelligence over the season. I saw him become a much smarter player as the season went on. So somebody with that kind of experience as well, at such a young age, feels like someone that should be part of the spine. Now again, if I'm missing out a regular fullback from this list of names, do let me know. But based on what I know, Jacob Kiraz is somebody that you could, and maybe from what I know, should start at fullback based on his game experience. Yes, he's only, I think, 20 years old. This season he's had 15 appearances, 6 tries, 2 assists. He knows how to finish, but I think you could always put Mansor on one side and Kiraz on the other. You could always do that, and that's a very smart move because you've still got 2 other players in the spine that can get things done. But if you're trying to make your spine as experienced as possible, for me, Kiraz goes at fullback, but if he stays at winger, no big deal. The third player that I at least know about is Adam Dewey. I didn't see him too much. From what I heard from things like Facebook and different comment sections on posts around the NRL and the West Tigers, was that Adam Dewey was kind of the most important player to return for the team. When I saw Jackson Hastings, the impression I got from him was that he was kind of leading the way when he came back, but then they eventually shifted him to lock and they played Adam Dewey as number 7. And the majority of opinions that I saw was that Adam Dewey was like the focal point, was the most important thing, because the Luke Brooks, the number 6 for the Tigers, was just not cutting it. He was not doing it at all. And they needed somebody like Adam Dewey to come into the halves and to get things done. This season he has had 11 appearances, 2 tries, 22 goals and 4 assists. So not crazy numbers, but let's not forget how poor the West Tigers have been this season. But yeah, he is an experienced player. He's been in the league a long time. It was good that he was able to come back the second half of the season, get some much needed game time, and hopefully build up some confidence, and that can really push him on into this tournament. Now, the fourth and final player to talk about, surprise, surprise, is Mitchell Moses. Who could have guessed? This season he's had 26 appearances, 7 tries, 95 goals and 23 assists. So, operating on some decent numbers there. A few things to comment on him. There's not too much to say, but there's a few specifics. One thing that he does, this may only be a Parramatta Eels thing, but one thing I've noticed that he does is he likes the early kick chase. So, I've only noticed it with the Eels. I haven't seen it with any other team. If any other team has seen it, let me know. But I've not noticed it unless it's with the Eels. Is what they do is something very smart, and I don't know why other teams don't do this all the time. Shows why I've not noticed it much. Is when they know there's a simple kick chase coming, the players run early. Which means that by the time the ball gets to the back that receives the ball from the kick, they're near enough there. Now, I understand in the rules you have to be with like at least 10 meters away if you're offside. But what they do is they get everybody running offside for an early kick chase, but all that gives them is momentum and gets them as close to that 10-meter gap as possible so that they're there. They're running at pace, and they can close that 10-meter gap really quickly because they've already got that momentum, and it slows down the progress from the back. And I've only seen that with the Eels. Mostly with Mitchell Moses. I don't normally see Dylan Brown doing that or asking his teammates to do that. But I see it a lot when Mitchell Moses is kicking. And that's something that they might adopt for the Lebanon squad. If no one else is doing it, it's their own quirk that they can use that can really give them some kind of in-game advantage that other teams just aren't picking up on or just aren't copying. But if this is something he does regularly, he knows how to time it, he can teach the teammates around him how to get this right. It's just a small tool that they can use to elevate their game. The second and basically final thing to talk about Mitchell Moses is he's got everything. Everything you could want in a half, he has. Game management, he's got it. Ability to run at the line, he's got it. So with a step, he's got that. Kicking game, he's got it. Everything you could possibly need in a half, Mitchell Moses has. At any given time, he can change the game. He has to make a run at the line. It's not impossible for him to create a solo try. I would not be surprised if we saw a solo try from Mitchell Moses from about 30 metres out. Receives the ball down the right-hand side, looks like he's going to pass it, steps inside, completely throws a player off balance, is through, and then steps past the fullback with no chance whatsoever. It's not impossible for him to get multiple solo tries, but when you need him to make anything happen, Mitchell Moses can make it happen, and most likely will. So, Josh Mansor, great finisher on the wings. Jacob Kiraz could also be the same on the other wing, but could also be effective at fullback. Adam Dewey, a smart, reliable player at number 6. Mitchell Moses at number 7, just demolishing teams individually. So this Lebanon team, as much as I didn't know anything about them, or who could even potentially be picked going into this World Cup, the fact that I've now seen these names and that Mitchell Moses is part of that list, I'm very confident for their chances of at least getting out of the group stages. So, good luck to them. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any thoughts and comments on the players that I've maybe missed out and don't know so much about, leave them in the comments down below and make sure you educate me on some of these players. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new content. You can see the social links in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.